Well, time for video. And immediately, why I talk like this? Well, I start talk like this for joke. I start talk like this for joke during when we play Super 5. I explained the game a little bit, few vlogs ago. I played the game with my brother and I believe with my father, and my mother didn't join at the time yet. And we just throw in the Russian accent, don't speak perfect grammatical English, and we quite like it. And then for whatever reason it stuck, and even my mother, which is quite unexpected, even sort of joined in because we did it so much. Sometimes we didn't even realize it. Back to my regular voice. I had no clue what to film today. Watch TV, play good amount of games of Super 5. Normally you start with 10 cards. Yesterday I played a bit with 5 cards. I was starting with 5 cards, which is a lot more luck based, a lot less for the 21, which you generally do go for. I haven't played even with 3 cards, a really speedy game right at the end, which is interesting, but I feel too luck based. 5 cards I feel is fun enough. 3 cards is too quick. But alright. I didn't go swimming, the rest did. I played quite a bit of Pokemon Conquest, Pokemon Red. That's one of the things I do want to do. I don't think I've mentioned it before. Maybe I'm bouncing this 10 as well. I don't think I've mentioned it before in a vlog. I may have. Yeah, probably have. But I do want to be able to play Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. And next to just doing that, like I can play them on an emulator. I definitely played quite a lot of the emulator before. I'm really sort of against ROMs and emulators already. And I really just want to be able to play those games, Stadium 1 and 2, with my own Pokemon. Now I have Crystal. I've had Crystal for a very, very long time. And I also have Red and Yellow. Possibly later I'll also get Blue. We'll see. But I want to be able to play Stadium 1 and 2 with my own Pokemon. So what I want is Stadium 1 and 2. Duh. An N64. And since I know they exist, Pikachu Edition. I know there's a blue one and an orange one, and I like orange over blue, although the yellow of the Pikachu edition I feel fits more with the blue than with the orange, although I really like orange, so I'm not really sure which of those two to get. Probably just whichever one is available. I think I'll actually go for orange, but we'll see. That. 2 controllers, because I do want to be able to play multiplayer. There's no 4-player modes or anything. There were no tag battles at the time yet. That was introduced in Gen 3. So 2 controllers so I can play my brother mostly, or other friends or people that come over. Then transfer pack, because I do believe you require a transfer pack to transfer your Pokemon from your games to the N64, to the game. So that. And for the rest, well, yeah. I totally forgot my train of thought, what I was saying before I was going to Stadium. Oh yeah, I was just talking about what I was doing. Red. Played quite a lot of Conquest. I'm wondering, if I keep playing Conquest at this pace, I'll almost complete all of the stories. Now, there's some Perfect Link Pokemon that are unobtainable or extremely rare in Conquest that I can't, even like in the story where you have to unite the entirety of Ransei. It's really difficult to get, like the Larvesta for Okuni. I believe you can only get it via password. So, or it's a rare appearance, I don't even know. But yeah, well, that. Can't get it yet. I'm pretty sure Darumaka? No, Darumaka you can actually find in Ignis, like rank 2, one of the things. I can get Darumaka for... What? I have the tennis ball, yeah. No. No. No, you're not gonna get the tennis ball. Okay. For the video? I don't have any interesting footage. I need your story. Okay, my brother's gonna tell us a story.
Number 1. My mother just sent me outside to get my other clothes. They were already inside.
Okay, yeah, we knew that.
Second, I'm going to tell you a story about a man named Pablo. Pablo is not a very good man. Pablo liked to have sex with small children.
It's not very nice. What's your name?
My name's Mario, 50-year-old ex-Italian plumber.
Italian ex-plumber. Did you mess up the line?
I don't know.
Okay. Something else interesting. Rens, there's a few lines that we can say together. Now, I don't know if you want to watch this, but there's this Dutch YouTuber called Gijs, and he's made Pokemon animations in Paint. Quality-wise, they're not that great, but they're quite funny. And the titles of these, well, there's Pokemon 1, and there's Pokemon 2, and there's Pokemon 2.5, and Pokemon 3 and a bit, instead of 3 and 4. And then the numbers just get really weird and confusing.
And then they turn back to 7.
And what happens after Pokemon 7?
No. Oh, yes. Then, you know what happens? Pokemon 8, 9 en 10. De Johto Expert plus Super Uberleague Trainer Experience XXX Jumpstyle Mega Force Power 4.
Uitroepteken,
Etc.
Pretty good. And, Rens, do you know the other one from the A-Beam? Or do I just know that one?
I will probably know it if you say it.
In 1823 tijdens de Tweede Wereldoorlog haalden de nazi's per ongeluk een ruimschip naar beneden. Dit ruimschip stortte neer in de Bijlmer en de aliens zijn daar ontsnapt als de klauw van de Romeinen. Deze aliens noemen zichzelf de Marshmallows, maar wij noemen ze de A-Beam. A lot of Dutch. If you don't know Dutch, you don't know the monster movies. If you don't know Gijs, that was kind of random, but funny voices, and it just sometimes during dinner it comes up, and brother and I look at each other and like, yeah, and then we just say the Pokemon thing, or the titles, or the jokes, or whatever. And my dad and my mom are like, why do they know this? Okay, it's funny if they enjoy it. Alright, looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Sunday the 12th of July, the day that we are going to visit the host family that I was staying at 6 years ago. It feels like more actually. But I counted back at 6 years ago. So last year I didn't have school. The year before that I was in year 6 of secondary school. And I know it was in year 2 that I was at the host family. So it's 4 years before that, and already was 2 years ago, so 6 years ago. I was at the host family in Herne Bay. And 2 years ago we went to Wales. The idea was that we would visit them, but unfortunately at the time the only time we had to visit them was on our way to Wales. And unfortunately they were on holiday themselves at the time. This time, however, we're not only staying, let's say, just over half an hour away from them, they're also not on holiday. At least that's what the dad of the family, Pete, told me before. Like, we've had quite a lot of contact on Facebook about this. I have their phone number, I have their address, we can find it. He told me, just to be safe, for the fact that it would or wouldn't work with a visit, that a few days before we would go, so before tomorrow, I would have to send them a text, just to be safe. So I enter their phone number, and it's definitely the correct phone number because almost immediately his Facebook profile picture appeared next to the phone number on my phone. And that's definitely him. So phone number's correct. I tried to text him, asking if the date and the visit was still possible. It didn't work. I tried a couple more times, didn't work. My brother knows more about phones, so ask him. He doesn't really know. Tries it himself, sending the text, doesn't work. And then he was like, oh, area code maybe that works. So he tries the area code, doesn't work. So I don't know if it's something wrong with our phone, something wrong with what we're doing, or something wrong with Pete's phone that he can't receive texts. I'm not sure. So
We cannot send text, there is nothing wrong.
yeah, there's just nothing because we keep getting an error that it can't be sent. Like we send it or attempt to send it, and then about half a minute to a minute later, more like a minute every time, we get a we get it. Or at least that's my sound. A little notification which disappears after 5 seconds, which pretty much is couldn't send text after multiple tries or something like that. So yeah, idea is now to just go tomorrow. It's not very far away. It's like just over half an hour, I think. And Pete did say beforehand that this would work. His two sons are still in school, during the weekdays anyway. So that is why beforehand, before we left, like when we still had contact on Facebook, when I was still at home, that we felt that Monday through Friday wouldn't be a good idea just because of the school of the kids. So we were like, okay, weekend. My first weekend here or my second weekend here, which would have been my second or third day here, or 9th and 10th day. So today's the 9th day, tomorrow's the 10th. He said that the first weekend wouldn't work because of something I don't remember. Then I believe today, this is Saturday, yeah, he was visiting family, I think it was. So the Sunday, the 12th, would have worked best. Just to be safe, send the text, but yet the text didn't work, so. Alright. The idea now is just that we go tomorrow. I have the address. However, I'm not actually going to tell my parents what the address is. We're just going to go to Herne Bay. Herne Bay is not all that big. But I do remember a big parking spot almost in the middle of Herne Bay. And I'm going to send us there. If it's paid parking, then we'll find a spot where it's not paid parking. But otherwise, I really want to just go to that spot. Why? Because 6 years ago, during our school trip to Herne Bay, we were dropped off from the bus there, and that big parking lot was the best place for the host families to come pick us up. So Pete came to pick us up, and from there we walked to his house. We didn't even need the car. And I think that I actually still have the route in my head from that one time we walked there. Sure, we walked back once too, and I believe we walked up and down the route once more because we had to go to the parking lot to go somewhere with the bus. I'm not actually sure, I don't remember. But what I think will happen is when we go to that parking spot, the parking lot, and from there we park the car. From the top of my head, I can just find it 95% of the way. The exact house, I don't think I remember. I do remember almost the exact route. And in case I don't remember, I remember incorrectly, or I just don't know the specific house. I have the street name, I have the number, and I do know the house still exists, and it's the same house as before. So with all those clues, I think we'll be able to find it. And then we're just gonna talk a while as to how things are going, how things have changed in 6 years. So what I remember is that their oldest son was, what is he? I don't know, 5, 6? I really don't remember. And the youngest one was like 1? I may be really off on this because it's been 6 years ago. I really don't remember. Might have been 2. No clue. Anyway, we'll talk to them. I remember with the oldest son, when I was there 6 years ago, we had a match in Wii Sports Baseball. So, they had their room. I'm going to go to the table here just to sort of make an imaginary drawing. Alright, let's say this table is their living room, yeah? TV was in the corner here. Yeah. The oldest son and I were standing here and here, just playing Wii Sports Baseball. When Wii Sports Baseball 1 obviously hits the ball. It helps seeing the TV, so you know when the pitch is made. The pitcher, however, doesn't necessarily have to see it. So what I would do is here's the wall, but here's the door to the hallway. I would go through the door, stand here behind the wall. So I wasn't actually looking at the TV. I couldn't see the TV. The son could not see me. So he was like, alright, he's walking away for a moment, and then I threw the ball. I somehow made the pitch. And then he was like, how do you do that? And then I did a couple more times. He was so confused. And after 2 or 3 innings, I was 2-0 in the lead, I believe. And then the final inning or the one before that, he got back to 2-2 with a home run and something else. Another good hit or two. So, yeah, it was 2-2. I want a rematch. So I hope they still have that same Wii, or new Wii, or Wii U, and at least Wii Sports Baseball and 2 working Wiimotes. Because I don't know if the son remembers, but I remember. And I will tell that son that happened. And we are going to play that. And then probably we'll play some other games as well. Although it'll be a good amount of talking too, just about how things have happened. Because I remember when just over 2 years, something like 2 years after the original visit, I did speak to. Well, I did find the Pete on Facebook. I spoke to him just a little bit, and then the oldest son messaged me on his dad's Facebook, and he asked, "Were you the guy with the sunglasses?" And chances are I was the guy with the sunglasses, but maybe there were others in their host family as well who had sunglasses. So, well, it has been just over 6 years. Tomorrow, hopefully the visit is still possible and they don't have to suddenly go to family or family comes to them. That something that makes it not possible because we don't know. Supposedly it's going to be rainy tomorrow, not very good weather, because we were hoping that whether we could actually have the visit or not, we could go to the beach in Herne Bay because it's really close to the beach, walk around there, maybe have a swim, but maybe not. We would see then and there. It was bad weather, so if it's really bad weather tomorrow and the visit wouldn't work, then chances are we'll just go home and do something. But I really, really hope that the visit will work, because I have been looking forward to that quite a lot. Right. See you tomorrow then. Bye.